All right, welcome guys. All right, still on our project, bungalow project, 2 bedroom bungalow project. We'll go on today with our next item. uh, Previously we worked on creating and editing the properties of a wall, creating a wall and editing the properties of the wall, and we succeeded in creating this basic wall 150 millimeter wide. All right, now today we're going to go ahead to create the plan view. We're going to be creating the plan view, and before we do that, we already have an idea on the size of what we are working with. We're working with a 150 wall, and we're gonna start right away. On the project browser, we select our natural ground level, which is the lowest level and where it is most advisable for us to start the project. We'll click on walls. Okay, we are having a prompt here to save the project. We've not saved it before, so we'll save the project with training session. All right, under documents. Okay, Revit does this automatically. If you have not saved your drawing, your project, after the first 30 minutes it will give you a prompt to save, and it gives you that prompt over and over again to continuously save your design. All right, back to where we were before. We are using a 150 millimeter wall, and before we go ahead to commence doing our project, before we commence the plan, we'll have to specify where the walls we are drawing ends. We have to specify the highest point of those walls. It is also called unconnected height. You can set it up here, or you can do it here, your top constraint. Under your property browser, you can check your top constraint here and set the level of your unconnected height. The base constraint is your natural ground level, because we selected natural ground level here. Okay, now you can do it either on the property browser or on this bar here. Now, where do we advisably place the highest point of our wall? Remember, we know that from our elevation, let's go to the south elevation. If we are starting our drawing from this natural ground level, our walls are expected to stop at the concrete fascia where our parapet will begin. So that means, going back to the natural ground level, we can set up, clicking walls, we'll set up the highest point of the wall to be our concrete fascia. Automatically it changes here, and it gives us the new height from the natural ground level to the concrete fascia height. So having done this, we can now commence. Before we start, we have to take note of our location line, which is this. We are using wall center line. So for example, if we are having a mind to do a wall of 3 meter, which is 3000 millimeter, if we pick here and we key in 3000, let's say 3000 by 3000, pick pick here, put 3000. Oh, sorry, I think there's a mistake there. $3,000, and here 3,000, here 3,000. all right, it's automatically telling us that this wall is 3,000, which is 3 meters from center to center. So if we want to get our wall in 3,000, we'll have to add the size of the block to our expected dimension, to our expected width of the room. For example, take note, if I dimension this using the measure tool center to center, gives us 3,000. If I pick the select wall face on our measure tool, in will give us 2,850. Out to out will give us 3,150. Now let's try another pattern. I click on the architecture menu, click on block. Now I want to do a wall of 3 meters in. Then, knowing that, I will add the size of the block to that particular dimension I'm having in mind. I'm having 3,000 in mind. I'll add the block size, which is 150. Total will be 3,150. 3,000. Okay, sorry, escape. I pick my starting point, then I'll go 3,150. 150, enter. Here 3,150, enter. 3,150, 3,150. Picking the measure to in becomes 3,000, out to out becomes 3,3. While picking this place here, becomes center to center becomes 3,150. So remember, we did 3,150 while drawing the wall. It gave us our center to center dimension. So our in can be 3,000. all right, that is that about that. So I have to delete this. I believe we understood this. If you do not understand anything, you can drop a question on the comment section so that I can clarify you in the coming video. Alright, so I will select all these and delete. Alright, going straight to our plan. I zoom in, click on the wall, knowing that we are working center to center. Now I want to do a very simple design, very simple design. And this design will be having a two bedroom apartment with 2 toilets, kitchen, a living room, the pantry, which is the storeroom, and the exits and entrance. Alright, let's go this way. Let's start from left to right, or from right to left, whichever way. We'll pick our first room. Our first room would be 3.6 or 3,600 by 3,600. Now if we are adding 150 to 3,600, we'll have 3,750. Alright, let's do something here. Let's call out our calculator tool to make things easy for us. Standard calculator. Alright, 3,600 plus 150 gives us 3,750. All right, let's go here. 3750, 3750. This way, 3750 and 3750. Okay, you can see automatically center to center is giving us 3750. If we dimension out to out, in to in, the dimension will be different. Okay, let's select our measure tool, wall face, 3600, 3600. So you see how it is. All right, back to architecture. Let's click on walls and we come back. Now we've done this room space. We click here to get our toilet. Let's say our toilet is 1200 1.2 meters, which is 1200. Clicking on this, if you say 1200 plus 150 gives us 1350. Now we are picking it from the center. Revit automatically gives you this box that spots the center for you, center of your wall. So we'll say 1350, enter. The width, the length of the toilet, Now we'll work with 2.8. Or work with we'll work with 2.100. Okay, now if we say 2.100, 2.100 plus 150 gives us 2.250. Two two 50, enter. That is that. Okay, that is that. All right, let's spice up this drawing a little bit. Let's come here and say let's come out by 1350, enter. Come up here by 3750, come here by 3, then come here by 1350, come here by 2250. Okay, this is the first room, second room. There's the toilet for the first room, toilet for the second room. Okay, let's have a little recess here. Our recess will be 450. Okay, let's have this as 1 3 1350. There's a terrace at the back. $1050. Okay. All right, let me do something to help us. Let me activate the text tool so that we will know what we're working on. Text tool. This is bedroom 1. Let me rename this bedroom 1. Bedroom 2. WC1. WC these are exits. Okay. All right. Using a measure tool. Let me remind that. Okay, this 200. We did 1350 here, but it's looking too small, so we'll have to adjust a little. Now I did an in dimension to give me 1 2. So if I click this wall here, I can easily adjust that dimension to increase or reduce the size of that space. Okay, click this wall so that I can make this active and adjust. Let's make it 1500. Enter. Okay, I think it's wide a bit. Let me delete that. Okay, I think it's making a little sense. All right, so going on this particular design, we'll now have the exit. Now let us create a pantry. On the architecture menu, click wall. We'll bring this out. Then we can rename it storage or pantry. Storage or pantry. That is that. Okay. All right. Architecture wall. Okay, escape. All right, the next space we'll be working on is our kitchen. Let's allow our kitchen be 3000, so we'll put 3150. $3,150. 3,150 by another 3,150. Okay, what do we do? All right, let's come here. 3,150 by 3,150. Okay, we can close this up here. So we need our dining and sitting room. So how do we get that? How do we get that? Okay, let's come here. Okay, let's come out a bit by 1 meter or by 900 millimeter and come this way a bit by, let me say, 2.7. Come this way a bit. By 2.1. Come here and come here. All right, let's use our measure tool to know what this is. This is 2.5. This is 3.3. Okay, now let's adjust these things to give us a standard sizes, standard spaces. Okay, let's say 3,900. Okay, 2,400. Okay, sorry about that. 2,400. Enter. Okay. Alright, I just want the building to look beautiful. So I'm trying to create some things inside. Here to here, 2.7. Okay. One 500. Okay. Okay, if we do something like this, okay, this will be our dining. It should be our dining. Okay, what will happen is we'll come here, we'll reduce this. We want to give our building a wonderful facade. Let's delete this wall. Okay. Let's delete this wall. Let's increase this. So we can get at least 900 here or 700. Take this. All right, that's these. Okay, you can delete that. We have a good sized kitchen here. Oh, I forgot to rename. So these are the things we do when creating the plan view. The kitchen, the kitchen. Alright, here's the dining. There's the dining area. Okay, I can rotate this text. Here's the main lounge, the sitting room or the living room. Okay, let's simply call it the living room. The living room. Okay, let me take this dimension off. All right. Okay. All right, let me add to this room so that room becomes bigger. This is 3.6. Let's make the room bigger. Let's make the room 3.9. Let's make the room 3.9. Okay. So outside here becomes our carport. This place becomes our carport. Okay. Architecture walls. Okay, no, we need that. Model text. Sorry, our text too. Carport. Okay, we can rotate this text to give us the right position. Okay. Alright, that is that. We can now see how we've successfully arranged this space. You can see how functional it is. You can see how functional it is. Okay, but there are some things I would like us to consider. This building is having a little deficiency. We don't have accessibility to the exit. We don't have access to the exit. We don't have access to the exit. So what do we do? So these are the things you put into consideration when creating your floor plan. Alright, let's think fast. What do we do? We need a pantry in this house. We need an exit in this house. So how do we create an exit? Okay. I'm having an idea. Let's see how this can work. sorry. I'll modify, use my split tool, split this wall. Alright, let's give ourselves a little space to exit this building. A space of at least 900. Space of at least 900. Just follow me closely. Follow me closely. If I use the measure tool, do I have, okay, I have up to 1000 there. Let me reduce to 900. Okay. Now this. So I split these over there. We are doing this plan view by heart, so there is no, we didn't create a plan, we are just doing from our head. So we are bound to face these challenges. Alright, so I think we now have a good functional space here. Here will be our lobby, our main lobby. Here will be our main lobby. So I would like us to create a space for restroom for visitors. Restroom for visitors.